Hey Aries, let us do 3 cards from this deck, do a reading from this deck, and follow up with 3 cards from this deck, and see how you are doing in your birthday season. How are you? I hope you are absolutely fine, but let's find out. Let's find out. Japanese deck. During full moon, yes, in Libra. Sun. What is it? Yeah, the sun's still in Pisces. All right. What do we have first? The Tower. Wow. By withstanding the coming challenges, your future will be bright, seeing things as you want them to be in order to make them become that way. Seeing things as you want them to be in order to make them become that way. Okay. Well, for the Fool energy of your house, your first house, I don't know, that requires the vision of, that requires Pisces vision. So it's a good thing we're still in, the sun's still in Pisces. Okay. All the Lovers, okay. It will benefit you to remember that opposites are 2 sides of the same coin. There's not one without the other. Okay, so the Tower and the Lovers. Let's get the context here. Justice. When all is said and done, you will receive the outcome that you truly deserve. Your moral character will be justified, so maintain integrity and strive to balance yourself. Let's get that. Let's see here. Let's give these a bit of a shuffle. What do we need? To clarify. Is it really just that straightforward? I guess mostly I'm talking to Kali, Grandmother Spider. But let's see. I consider her and Grandmother Spider to be, they speak to me, she speaks to me as one and visits me as one. Okay. All right, Aries. Okay, flying right out. King of Swords reversed. at you. And we've gone flying down. Six of Wands. Well, okay, that would speak to the Justice card. So some sort of gift and recognition is coming through. King of Swords. Someone who prioritizes the art of communication, knowledge, thinking, but of specific kinds of thinking. Yes, it's obviously either silent or not knowing, combination of both. Knave of Wands, fast moving, flighty, messenger, young energy, this obviously has everything to do with the Tower moment. I'm going to need some clarification on how serious this Death card is, or if it's actually a transformation. Did we lose somebody? Five of Pentacles. Somebody's out in the cold. And there's the right action that needs to be taken. There's mercy that's needed. This is necessary change. Interesting. The King of Wands. So we have two kings on the table. Of Swords energy, Wands energy, Pentacles energy. This is just... King of Wands has a plan. And he's in his desires, he's in his ambition, he's in his... He knows what kind of trouble he wants to make. Is this the same king? Is this the same person? I mean, that would be your energy, your fire energy. I'm going to get one more card from here. This is... I think out in the cold actually just... And this... Okay. Eight of Cups, don't go. Being guided to stay and transform. This is Scorpio energy. Leading back to the Seven of Cups, which I take as a transformation. A promise to self. So there's something that needs to happen with, I mean, it's going to involve your heart, yes, but it has something to do with you and you or somebody's spiritual and spirit guide connection. And either way, I mean, the Tower, I usually take that as an Aquarius, Uranus energy. But I know everybody, at least half of everybody, would consider it a Scorpio, Pluto, Mars energy. In which case we have 3 heavy Scorpio, Mars, Pluto cards here. Mars I take to be your heart, more so than Venus. Things you're willing to fight for. Your loyalties, your loves. And Pluto, your hidden wealth, your hidden powers. Hidden assets, which would be oftentimes your guides. And a candle just went out. One divine timing card on the table here. So there's definitely something that's intended to happen beyond your control. I mean, I realize from this deck it's all major arcana, so we don't have any, there's not going to be any other kind of energy coming from that deck. And we have this 5 here of this necessary, because 5s are change, right? And they just, it has to be. It's necessary. It's part of the process. It's part of the ace to 10 process. So it just has to be a necessary change. Going from stability to a 6 situation, of 6 of Pentacles situation. Which could be the question of free will. 6 of Pentacles is often my idea of a free will card. How much of your life is tied into a soul contract, or how much free will you've been allowed in this life. And maybe that's the decision, that's part of the decision. And then there's like this 6 would be also like a fair exchange. Again, this to me is Virgo. To everybody else, Virgo would be 8, 9, 10 of Pentacles, but to me that's clearly Capricorn. So something needs to be worked out in your process. Something needs to be analyzed. Taken apart. Or somebody needs to be, I mean, this is, you know, traditionally somebody, it's a nun comforting a wounded, somebody's in their head and somebody's being, you know, nursed by divine care, by mercy. So the question is, which of those 2 figures is you? Now you have the plan. But here we have the King of Swords. So the knowledge is missing. Something's missing. This Knave of Wands. Sort of student energy. This messenger, this learner, this... Something hasn't been learned. Or a young person. Or someone in image, you know, something that let's just, okay. Well, okay, I'm going to see if there's anything else I want to say. There is a love letter on this guy's hand, yes, okay. So something maybe wasn't said because this king is silent and he's going through a transformation. Okay, so some sideways energy. Right, okay. So things are stuck between working or not working. We need to go back, like just like I said, something in the Virgo energy, and this I would put as Taurus energy. Cardinal energy, I would make Taurus cardinal. Yeah, so something needs to be revisited. We need to, it's not quite the planning stage of twos, right? It's something that's actually in the agreement, the fine print, shall we say, even if there is no literal agreement, like even if it's just spoken or understood. Maybe it needs to be spoken. Maybe it needs to be documented, laid out. And since we have the Justice card here, maybe there's something, well, I don't have the Hierophant, but maybe there's something legal that needs sorting out. But either way, we're beyond the energy of the two. Okay, so let's just see. Oh, that whole deck just wants to fall. Yep, it really just does. Okay, so there's a heavy weight in the middle, if that means anything. And we'll see what the India deck says. Hanged Man. Okay, and what if none of it were truly true? Now is the time to look at everything from all angles, knowing that it is all there. That's okay. That's exactly what I'm saying, right? In that Virgo energy of the Five of Pentacles, which confirms that I'm as right as I thought about that being Virgo energy. Yes, so you need to look at something needs reviewing. And it's not time to walk away. It's time to do that promise to self. Strength. Every challenge is the opportunity for growth. On all levels, spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. Face challenges with courage and know that gentleness is also strong. You know, I just had a big conversation about gentleness with somebody in a reading. Gives you the flexibility. And there's that Leo then, that Leo energy. That strength of, you know what you're capable of. Your ego is fine. Your self-esteem is fine. It can handle this. So that's not the issue. The issue isn't, the issue is in the situation, not necessarily you. Right? The issue is in sorting through the details. Because, yeah, it's that other perspective of knowing that opposites are two sides of the same coin. Yes. Okay, so when we finish up with, oh, what was I saying? The Hierophant wasn't on the table yet. Well, here's the Hierophant. Realize the power of ritual and use it to make the normal magical, and gain the support of the spirits. May the sound of magic be yours. Right. Okay. So something is dragging everything down. Something's been dragging everything down into the 3D, into the matrix thinking. Too much? Realize the power of ritual and use it to make the normal magical. So something needs to be brought into this to recognize how tremendous you are, how tremendous anyone is that's involved in this situation, that we are magical beings, and that this requires a cosmic understanding. This requires, and manifestation, right? Do not get caught being less than your full selves in this situation, in this negotiation. Be epic. And come up with, allow time and space. Do not panic, right? Even if you're exhausted, do not panic, and allow your mind to do what it is designed to do, which is to take all the technical information, absorb it, process it, and then come up with revelation, right? You want to wait for revelation to come through, and that is what your mind is capable of creating. That our mind is imagination. Imagination is the name of the processor, right? That is our mind. Yes, you need to bring imagination to this. That's the magic. That's where the mind suddenly does something that's so shocking, and it's like all of its own, but it's your mind, and that's the beauty of it. And it's a mix of all the kinds of knowledge and a little bit of divine inspiration, but ultimately, and then what you could do is however many people are involved, if it's just two of you, then you wait and you see how you both have to engage in that process with understanding. So you have to know the details. Give your brain make sure your brain understands, make sure your mind understands all the details. This is what I teach in drawing. Imagination doesn't beget imagination. In order to get your imagination working, you have to feed it however many technical details. And feed it what other people have done. Look up what other people have done in this situation, if that applies at all. But that's what yeah, okay. So let's just cut it off there, Aries. Really, it's so interesting how it went from being very still energy and hesitant, and it just sort of slowly crept up, and boom. Yeah, which is, I think that's exactly how it will happen. And I will be back very soon, Aries. If you want any extra something to do because you're bored, and because, you know, this isn't enough to keep you occupied, there's the link to my free 350-page, 13-month astrology workbook for your birth chart and your houses, and pulling it all together, and you might find some answers in there. And there are also guide videos for that on this channel that I'm posting weekly. Alrighty, until next time, Aries. See you in a week.